We will have a vote to pause come out, unfortunately. And that's one thing I like about replays is that I can skip over the pauses. I don't have to sit here and think of stuff to ramble on about endlessly. But we're gonna have looks like the Lodestone with the Demented Shaman head up into the top lane to start things off. Now it will be up against a solo Deadwood, so I do think that the Lodestone would be just fine soloing that lane. We're gonna have a Calamity pickup most likely in the mid lane, I think. And then the question becomes, where does Oogie go? The Cursed is headed to the bottom lane. We could even perhaps see a second support Lodestone with the Oogie. Wouldn't be out of the question, but very interesting lane setup from our Hellborn side. I do think that the Legion's lanes are a bit more standard. Um, with that being said, they could also run the Lodestone with the Accursed and have this really annoying combo with the Head Smash and the Fire Shield doing some pretty heavy burst damage without them taking very much damage themselves. But the Demented Shaman as a main support pick, I'm not sure how I feel about that too much. I do feel like Demented Shaman, you want some decent leveling on him. Not too sure how he's going to skill this game. I'm sure we'll see the Healing Wave and possibly the Entangle. I don't know if we'll see any points of Unbreakable or how he'll choose to skill, but the Storm Cloud will be quite good for giving armor to everyone against the Deadwood and the Puppet right clicks with the Aurora. So I do think the Storm Cloud has some pretty nice teamfight potential this game. The Accursed, however, he doesn't really remove a whole lot of stuff from this Legion side. He can remove Comet and Strings, but not Puppet Show, I believe. Actually, I'm not sure if you can remove Puppet Show. Maybe you can, actually. I know it doesn't really work that great against Deadwood, but Ophelia has a lot of stuns if she gets the 3 creeps with lots of disables. We'll see how much impact the Accursed has this game, but I do feel like they have a lot of good lockdown with the wall and everything. The Accursed might not get the greatest value this game. So they do send the Lodestone to the bottom lane with the Accursed. They're doing this kind of annoying double strength kind of bursty damage combo, but I do think Ophelia will make her presence felt here in the bottom lane and can very easily net a kill on the Accursed, for example, as they have lots of disables. We'll see. It is Pharaoh mid and Deadwood in the long lane as we predicted, so they will be running Demented with Oogie, not Demented with Lodestone. Then Calamity will be going 1v1 against Pharaoh, which I expect Calamity to do very well in this matchup. But there is always the threat of the level 6 Pharaoh. But up until then, I don't think we'll see a whole lot of issues for Calamity. Deadwood, he specs his Oak Bolt level 1. He's gonna do some damage to the Demented. Maybe try to do a pull here. Might just stack it and pull later. Think he'll be a little late there on the pull. So Ophelia, she gets a Vagabond. She's gonna farm for a little bit, get to level 2. Probably change creep. She's got a Vulture here, Catman. Catman could be a potential ganking creep. Let's see here. We got 6-1 Pharaoh against 5-0 Calamities. Pharaoh's doing a little bit better so far. He does have the dragons actually, and the Funeral Pyre, which I believe is very standard. But Pharaoh's still doing pretty good on the last hits. Pretty well. If Slaska is watching, he'll correct me. Deadwood, he has no last hits just yet. Very unfortunate. I do feel like he could be doing a little bit better up here since the Demented Shaman is not threatening him all that much. But he doesn't have a hatchet, so it does make last hitting a tiny bit harder. We're gonna have some fighting going on down here in the bot lane. Andromeda getting taken down pretty low. Puppet Master, he's gonna use the strings here. Will Lodestone end up going down? He's gonna use the golden apple. I think he needs one more auto attack. He will actually go down to the Postula. So he denies himself. And they're actually getting they're getting out leveled pretty well. So I don't know if that came down to some pulling from the Legion side, but we had level 3 on the Puppet, and they were still they were level 1 and level 2. The Andromeda was also level 2, so they're gonna go in on the Puppet Master here. Here comes the shield, and will this be enough for a kill? Doesn't look like it. But some pretty solid pressure. Once they get a few more levels, I think the Puppet Master will really start to feel the brunt of this man-up lane. Deadwood is going to go down here in the top lane, and that will be the Bloodlust kill as Demented skills his cape. And I think that actually saved his life because it looked like he healed from the cape. So that tower last hit would have actually killed him. So pretty nice play there to spec the cape before he died to save his own life. We have a Veiled Rod here on the Ophelia, level 4. She has 1 creep only, the Skeleton King. Might look to set up a gank here on the mid lane. I would like to see that creep go behind him, not from the river. I do believe you want to go this way and catch him off guard. Now he does have the boots or the marchers, so Pharaoh will need some time to get in range. And looks like he's doing it now. And here comes the wall of mummies. Hellfire is up, and this will be a dead calamity, most likely. It will. Meanwhile, in the bot lane, Ophelia... Oh, actually, no, that was in the mid lane. Ophelia ended up going down. Looks like he tanked some tower damage or something or other. So a bit of a miss micro there from the Ophelia. I don't think he should have ended up dying in that situation, but he does nonetheless. So pretty heads up play from Razor PK to get himself a kill in a bad situation. But they do kill the Accursed in the bottom lane, and it looks like they also got the kill onto Andromeda. So traded a support for a support. We're gonna go in on the Andromeda here. Puppet Show will come out. Andromeda, he's trying to man up. He gets the stun off. Here comes Wrath of the Pharaoh onto a Cursed. Puppet Master was going for the Lodestone initially, but Cursed, he's not going to be able to deny himself. He did have the fire or the Cauterize, looks like off cooldown or on cooldown, excuse me. So they get the kill onto a Cursed in exchange for Andromeda. Did come at a cost of their Pharaoh rotating over. Now Calamity, she has her Sunder's Vault ready to go, but I don't think she can kill Pharaoh by herself. Ophelia is here again for another gank, but they might turn this one around. Here comes the Sunder's Vault into the Firebomb. A lot of damage coming down on Ophelia. The King's Grasp from the Skeleton King doing some decent damage, but the Dragons from Calamity are doing much more, and Ophelia goes down. So we have Ophelia yet again falling in the mid lane, so the rotation's not really working out for him. He's only sitting on 137 gold per minute as a free farm jungler. And that gets the very hard minus from me as a jungle player. And Puppet Master, he will survive the combo here. They're going to turn it around in the tower, but a shield comes out from a Curse. Still not enough damage. And a Curse will get the kill with the Cauterize. It will trade the life of Lodestone, but they will be glad to get a Puppet Master kill there. Deadwood, he is level 5, getting close to that level 6. The Tarquakes from Mugi doing a lot of damage. He's going to miss that one, but he has one more. One more auto attack from Demented Shaman. He pops the Entangle. The power supply from Deadwood. Are they going to turn it around? Oogie is very low. Deadwood did not have the level 6 just yet. And Pharaoh, he is here. Wrath of the Pharaoh comes out onto Booga Booga. He goes down. Is it going to be a double tap? He gets a beautiful wall into the Hellfire, and it's a double tap coming out for Pharaoh as he ports in. Almost in time to save the Deadwood, but he picks up the double tap there. Deadwood, he was so close to level 6. Needed about 2 more creeps for that Willowmaker. Ophelia, she is now level 5 with the Marchers. She has a Minotaur and a Vulture Lord. She is looking to set up another gank. She is Veiled Rotted. So we are going to have a pause come out here. So we are having a need for a reconnect. So let's take a look at some last hitting. We got 30 creep kills on the Pharaoh, 38 on the Calamity. However, Pharaoh sitting on a 4-0 stat line, 420 gold per minute versus the 373 of Calamity. Both mid laners doing quite well this game. We have Oogie with the 1 death. He's sitting on 317 gold per minute. Then we have Puppet Master only sitting on 24 and 9, so he is being contested, whereas the Oogie has close to free farm, but they each have 1 death, both having a 1-1 score. So we see 317 versus 239. So the Puppet Master taking a lot more pressure this game than the Oogie. And then the Lodestone against the Deadwood. Lodestone being in a 2v2 lane, Deadwood being in a 1v2 lane, the Lodestone having more GPM there. Supports pretty equal. Ideally, you would like this difference of these three to be made up with the Ophelia, but as we talked about earlier, the Ophelia is not having a good start. Many failed rotations, unfortunately, causing into deaths. But we do have the Ghost Marchers picked up now on Calamity, Sorcery Boots on Ooga Booga, but not a whole lot just yet. We're only 6 minutes in. The Puppet Master, he's going to go for Steam Boots, it looks like. So he's valuing the stats over the Ghost Marchers, which we see quite a lot of nowadays for the mobility purposes. And we'll see what Ophelia decides to build into. Hopefully it's a Mana Ring and an Astrolabe. We'll see what he goes for. And poor little old Andromeda still sitting on only an Orb of Zombos. Sad times. Sad times. As I have a lawnmower outside my window. That's beautiful. It's such a nice day outside and I have to close my windows. How sad. So, back to the game. We have Veiled Rotted Ophelia coming to the bottom lane. They want to set something up here. Puppet Master will most likely initiate with the Puppet Show. Here comes Comet Stun from Andromeda. And they will kill the Accursed. Now Lodestone is in a pretty offensive position here. No teleport up. They are going to spot him out. Will they have the spells, though, to deal with him is the question. So many players are down here. And it looks like they will lock him down. Poor Lodestone. So, looks like Ophelia will go back into her jungle to continue her leveling. We have Calamity with her ultimate up. Oogie picks up a Ring of the Teacher. So he will look to start putting some pressure on the tower, it looks like. Deadwood, he has level 6 now, ready to go. We have Veiled Rotted Calamity here. Looks like they'll try to set up a Sunder's Vault here on the Puppet Master. No swap available yet on the Andromeda as he's only level 5. Comes a Rocket Drill. They're going to just barely miss the Andromeda with that Sunder's Vault. That could have very well been 2 kills had he caught the Andromeda there as well. Very unfortunate. But they get the kill that they wanted, which was the Puppet Master. So we're sitting on a pretty even game 8 minutes into the game. Pharaoh, he has an invisibility rune. He's level 9 now. We'll see if he looks to make any gank attempts or if he just plans to sit here in the mid lane. Ophelia, she's level 6. She will use the ultimate. I'm not sure if that was for her creeps. Doesn't look like anyone was getting low. We have a Shadow Storm being channeled here now. Will he have mana for the head smash is the question. Okay. So, interesting. We're gonna go in on the Accursed here. Now he does have the Flame Consumption. ready to go. Calamity is here. She picks up an Energizer.
5 kills.
Pharaoh is going to pick off the Oogie. I missed that one completely, but looks like Oogie was low. Farming the jungle. Meanwhile, the Puppet Master is going to get swapped. I don't know if this swap's going to end up saving him, though. He's going to pop the Voodoo Puppet and try to turn it around. A Curse manning up. Now he will turn around. The Willowmaker comes out onto... I believe it was the Curse, but he healed it up. Calamity taking the brunt of the damage now. Skeleton King doing a lot of damage, but they're not going to end up getting the kill. He does end up getting healed by a Curse. He gets shielded as well. They're trying to turn it around onto Ophelia. She's so low. She doesn't have her Ophelia's touch, but they will not be able to get in range. And actually, only the Andromeda ends up falling. So he ends up saving the Puppet Master. So that was good news for the Legion side. So they also deny their tower in the mid lane, but no kills coming out in favor of the Legion side here. No flame consumption ready to go. Andromeda still trying to get her marchers going. She's very, very poor this game, unfortunately. Try to get a lane ward down. Looks like she just barely missed the lodestone. Here comes the Shadow Storm being channeled. The stun will hit, and boom goes the dynamite. Puppet Master will fall. They will most likely get the return kill here onto the lodestone. Will they get a secondary kill is the question. Then consumption is ready to go. The Ophelia creeps are taking so much damage. Here comes Wrath of the Pharaoh onto the Calamity. Combat Stun also to follow, and Calamity, she will go down. And there's the Ophelia's touch. Deadwood is trying to get in range, but he already used his Rotten Grasp. He will throw his tree. The swap comes out from Andromeda. Flame consumption will be used. Comet Stone will hold him in place. Rotten Grasp actually misses due to the wall of mummies, and it's not going to matter in the end. They get 2 kills. Well, actually, I think it was 3 kills. They got the kill on the Lodestone, the Calamity, and the Accursed for their Puppet Master. And now they will push the tower as a unit. Ophelia's creep army, though, is diminished, unfortunately. And she goes first item armor boots. I'm getting flashbacks to like 2010 when people had no clue how to play Ophelia. This is what I'm thinking of right now. 2010 Ophelia, rushing armor boots, and I'm not gonna lie, it makes me tiny bit sad. It does make me a tiny bit sad. I can't really sugarcoat it, unfortunately. But anyway, we have the Gnome's Wisdom picked up on Oogie. And safe to say that's a pretty good choice, as Gnomes is pretty strong right now. And it also just works really, really well with Oogie. Healing him up, gives him armor, as well as the magic armor against heroes like the Puppet Master and the Pharaoh, who are going to try to bring him down. We see armor boots on the support Accursed, which is pretty good this game because of the Deadwood and the Andro, dealing lots and lots of early game minus armor. But yeah, it looks like Ophelia's buying a Shaman's headdress, and Pharaoh, he will be going for a Hellflower, I would imagine. He picks up the Arcana, so they want to have the silence for the Oogie. The only issue I have with that is that the Accursed can easily remove it if they also don't lock him down, so they will need to coordinate that quite well, as the Accursed, very good at removing stuff like Sheeps and Hellflowers. If he is sitting behind the Oogie later on. Mented Shaman could be going for like a tablet, it looks like. Pretty good choice against the Pharaoh. I like that quite a lot. Lodestone, though, looks like he's just going straight for the blink. He's sitting on 1200 gold. And he just wants his portal key. Can't really fault him there for that. So what's going to go and happen now? We see lots of people here in the mid lane, but they have a tier 1 tower on the side of Hellborn. Ophelia, she's Veiled Rotted again. Will she find the Lodestone here? Looks like she will. She's going to do some nice lockdown here. He's going to get swapped, and he will get pulled back from the Puppet Show. I do believe he will fall here. Just so much lockdown between the Puppet and the Ophelia. I'm not even honestly sure if the swap was 100% necessary. I feel like they had him, but maybe it just guaranteed that he got Puppet Showed. I don't really know. Deadwood, he's probably going straight blink. Needs 900 more gold or so. Puppet Master. I don't think he's close to his shroud yet. He's only 288 gold per minute. I think he still needs both the broadsword and the recipe. Calamity, she picks up the brass knuckles. So I think it's safe to say they want to try to start fighting because Oogie's now got his icon and his gnomes. So this would be a pretty good time for them to just like try to fight into Legion. Maybe before the Hellflower gets finished and before Puppet gets his shroud. So right now the Legion is not really looking that strong. They also only have the level 1 Ophelia's touch. Ophelia honestly not all that scary right now. So I think it would actually be pretty good timing for them to fight. They failed Rod here on the Calamity. They could just look to Sunder's Vault the Pharaoh here. I would like to just see Calamity run up and Sunder's Vault him. And then they just, there we go. Just go for it. Comes a Rocket Drill. Entangle from Demented Shaman. I think Pharaoh will end up falling here. We'll see. He's gonna get swapped out. Lodestone will die. I would really like Snark to like pay attention to the game and TP. Like, bro, you have an icon in your Oogie, you probably want to fight. But he TP's late. So his initiator is now dead. He has no stun. His Calamity has used ult. And now he'll just sit here and be wondering what to do. He's gonna get rooted up here by Deadwood, and Puppet Master is gonna use the Voodoo Puppet. It was only a level 1 Voodoo Puppet though. Oogie will he turn it around with the Primal Surge. He's gonna start throwing out the Tarquakes, and Deadwood, he's gonna get nuked down by a Cursed and the Calamity Dragons. They did respawn on the Lodestone. He is here now, and now Oogie has an Icon charge, so they can just go full force. They're gonna pick up a haste rune here on the Lodestone. I honestly want to see them just keep biting. Don't fall back and farm. Just try to keep up the pressure. And Puppet Master, he still needs about 800 gold. Here comes a Shadow Storm. He's gonna miss the stun. That might actually be the reason for him to die. Oh, no, haste rune actually. He's going to be fine. The wall wears out. Here comes Calamity with the Firebomb. He's going to get swapped out by Andromeda. Comet stun on to Calamity, and Oogie is not going to get anything done here, unfortunately. So, Felix's got 3 creeps again. Pharaoh is getting really close to his Hellflower, which is really good for them. But Puppet needs his Shroud because he's only sitting on 300 GPM. So another armor boots, or Lady Greaves picked up. They now have 2.
Break it, tap.
So both teams kind of playing very passively at this point. Double damage here on the Calamity. Oh, the dragon damage. Wait, did he just clear cutting out of the Calamity? Oh, what? What just happened? Oh my god, what the fuck? Lodestone gets caught with his pants down, aka the easy full clan quote. Looks like he got Hellflowered, so there comes the Hellflower into play. So they have grouped up here in the mid lane, but Hellborn is defending. And the problem is that They waited really, like, Legion waited way too long to try to take some towers. They got the one down here, but only getting one tower at the 20-minute mark is not where you want to be as an Ophelia lineup. Thank you for the host, by the way, BKB. Pharaoh gets a kill here on the Accursed. He uses the Hellflower. He's going to try to make the escape now. Andro does not have a swap up, nor does she have mana. Pharaoh will go down. There goes the Domination Streak to Calamity. Here comes a Rocket Drill from the Lodestone, and Oogie is fighting very strong. He will pick up 2 kills onto both the Deadwood, or no, onto the Puppet Master and the Andromeda. And Deadwood, or Calamity also got a double tap on the Deadwood. So it ends up being a 4-for-1 as they only lose their Accursed. Pretty good fight coming out from Hellborn. And they were attempting the Kongor, but realizing that they don't really have a great Kongor killing team with an Oogie. So Oogie now has 5 icon charges, and he's sitting on a plate mail. So once he gets Frostfield plate, I dare say I'm not sure how the heck they're gonna kill this Oogie, as they have very many underleveled and underfarmed heroes on their side. They only have one guy above 300 GPM, being the Pharaoh, and he just lost his domination streak to Calamity, giving him 600 gold. So we see the Ice Brand picked up on Calamity. Looks like he might go for Dawnbringer. I suppose it's okay that he bought the Ice Brand first. I think I would rather see the Firebrand, but I suppose he's expecting to get jumped and wants to be a little bit more tanky, is the reasoning behind that. We do say the tablet finished on Demented Shaman, which is great. They have a tablet now to deal with the Pharaoh wall. And Lodestone has his portal key, which he might have actually had in the last fight, I'm not entirely sure. But nonetheless, we have Veiled Rot here on Calamity. And hopefully they have Dust for this puppet who now has a... they have 3 Rev Wards on this guy, who has his Shroud on the puppet. But yeah, Puppet, he's not really in a place that he wants to be right now. He really needs Shrunken Head before he can feel confident fighting into Oogie. And probably also wants to level 16. He needs that level 3 Voodoo Puppet. Because this Oogie is a monster right now. 2000 HP with 27 armor, 11 magic armor. Pharaoh, he's going to get gone on here with the Sunder's Fall. He's going to throw out his walls, but that's only going to kill him. And honestly, I don't know how they're going to stop this Oogie right now. They don't have the levels on their heroes. And although the Hellflower is great, they haven't a Curse like I pointed out. So Curse can just sit there and remove it. And they can just kind of kite the Hellflower. And they don't really have a whole lot of damage, because the Ophelia and the Puppet haven't really had the greatest impact this game. So we're going to see a Kongor steal attempt here coming out from Legion. There's no Pharaoh to snipe it. We'll see if they can do any thing while this is going on. We have Ophelia up here in the top lane. Now I do worry for them, because if they TP here, they have Portal Key on the Lodestone. This Ophelia might lose her whole army here if they decide to chase. Pretty nice Rotten Grasp, gonna connect onto 2, and it looks like they'll be fine. So it ends up causing a little bit of pressure here in the top lane. Meanwhile, we have a Puppet Master down here in the bottom lane, but Lodestone, he's setting up with the Veiled Rot. He might look to channel a Shadow Storm. We'll see if any teleports come in to assist him. Looks like nobody is here. They did use about 3 ports up into the top lane, so they don't have ports for bottom while this is going on. Looks like Pharaoh might be going for Barbed Armor. It's his next item. We do have the Idol on Ophelia. And Deadwood picks up a Lex, so he's got his core now, Lex and Portal Key. Level 11, so the level 2 Willowmaker. He can do some pretty decent damage to the Calamity, but not so much the Oogie. I think the Oogie is going to be too much of a tanky man for him to deal with. At 32 armor with the Frostfield plate. Mucho armor.
Brigading break it down.
Brigadey, brigadey, break it down. So they get the top tower. That one fell in favor of the Legion side. And
Still got
they have the Kongor Slayer.
it.
So
Still got
this will drop a token if they can kill it
it. Still got it.
in the next minute or so. Andromeda is trying to scout it out. They did deward the ward, it looks like. There was a ward of sight in the pit. They have pretty good vision here. Will Pharaoh try to snipe it? He doesn't have snipe up for another 12 seconds.
Still got it. Keep up.
So they will give the token to Calamity, which I actually think that's kind of good. Because the Oogie, I don't know if they can actually kill him that easily. But with Calamity they can.
Keep up.
Andromeda will teleport away from the Oogie. Does he have dust? He does, but it's on cooldown. Oh, they killed Deadwood up in the top lane. Looks like they caught him with oh, he went Frosto Skull on Calamity. No bueno. I don't really like that. Minus 35 attack speed. Eh, I don't know. I don't feel like Calamity really needs a Frostwolf Skull. Ophelia goes down to Shatterstorm and Oogie gets the kill there. Lodestone, it's got a Rocket Drill stun in 4 more seconds. This Andro is dead. That's a dead Andro. That's a DED Andro.
Break it down.
DED. So yeah, I know it's only a 4k or 5k gold and 6k experience lead, but honestly, this lead feels more like 15k. It feels like Hellborn is like really unstoppable right now. And this Rax is just melting to Kongor Decimator. They're gonna stop Calamity's TP here. Deadwood might end up going down. There's the Frostfield Blade, the Tarquakes. Deadwood dies. They try to, well, actually, they will get the kill onto Pharaoh here with Lodestone and a Cursed. So they end up killing 2 players, and they get the mid-racks. I think this game is donezo, unless Hellborn really makes a big error. The puppet has it shrunken now, but it's honestly not going to be enough. He needs level 16 plus like another item to even come close to fighting Oogie. Like Oogie's a monster right now. And they also have the Calamity sitting on 3k gold. Calamity could buy an item. Here comes the Sunder's Wall. It's going to catch only Andromeda. Andromeda will get healed up by the Ophelia. He will swap. He swaps Ophelia. Ophelia might die now. Here comes the second slow. This one, the Frosted Skull. So, that would be so triggered if that was me. So Ophelia dies. They also lose the Puppet Master.
Break it down.
Buyback comes out on Ophelia, but that's not gonna do anything. So yeah, this one's over. It's only a matter of time. Get wrecked. Calamity doesn't have a token anymore. The Wall of Mummies will actually catch a couple people, but they're just unkillable. The GGs come out, and that will do it. The Oogie lineup prevails from Hellborn. So, we'll go on a short break here. We'll see if there's another game, and then we will resume.